The term identity achievement refers to having discovered one's true identity. In other words, knowing who you are. The typical time for a person to discover who they are or who they want to be is often during their teenage years. Yet, the average American teenager spends around 50 hours per week looking at a screen, in addition to countless more hours consuming other forms of media. When you see things like Kyle from Ancestry.com shifting his cultural identity based on a DNA test result, or an ad with a model on the train, defining exactly what identity is becomes difficult, and finding out who you are becomes a much longer journey. Hi, I'm Cait, and I've decided to find out what exactly goes into forming an identity, and why people make assumptions of other people's identity based on outward appearance.
I lived in Boston for most of my life, and though I love the city, it does have its faults. Some of them are how divided we are based on race, class, neighborhood. At times, it almost feels impossible to move throughout the city without wishing to be back in your own home area, where you feel like less of an outsider and less judged.
So are you more comfortable in Dorchester versus downtown?
Well, yeah, of course. I don't even like downtown. I think downtown is terrible. But, what's it called? Yeah, Dorchester, I just know the area much better. All the food I like to eat is there. All my friends are there. You know, that kind of stuff. And I feel more like, sometimes more welcome.
So like more at home?
Yeah.
What are some words that you'd use to describe yourself?
Annoying, funny, goofy, somewhat confident.
Words to describe myself, I would say Latino, smart, black, and a student.
What words do you think other people would use to describe you?
Thug, weird, different, an outcast.
Just straight up annoying and funny and a bit of a bitch. And very blunt.
Words do you think you wish you could use to describe yourself?
I know you're not supposed to think this, but sometimes, a lot of times, I wish I was normal. I wish I could fit in easier and sometimes not stick out.
Sweet, nice. I still think I'm blunt, but generally a good-hearted person.
Going through the process of putting together this project, I think I've found out a lot more about identity and what that word means to many different people. Like, I've talked to different people around my age, I've gone to different places and observed how different communities work and how people in those communities kind of form group identities. And then within the group, people have more like individualized things going on. And with all of that in mind, I thought I should do something that was more attention grabbing, bigger. So I did a public art piece, which is what's playing right now. And I brought my mom in to help out with filming.
Yeah, and I think whenever we did it, when we were on the subway, it was one of the times that you could really see how people were trying to follow social norms of not looking and not commenting or having a conversation. So as much as we wanted to start conversations, people are more, we have a lot of our identity set for us based on where we are in the society that we're interacting with. And so I think that it was hard at times, and we did have such a short period of time, but we did have interactions and we did have conversations that really, I think, drew more of your ideas out.
But I don't know, but I guess what I wanted the project to end up being, though, is that I could start a conversation. And I think that participating with the No Evil Project, which was really interesting to run into them, and then talking to that lady in the park where she was just really concerned for my own personal well-being. In general, I think I've successfully done that. I've started conversations, I've learned a lot more, and I think I'm pretty happy with the way that the project went overall. I learned a lot, and I think I helped other people kind of think about the topic a little bit more. And considering all of this, I think that realizing that other people have identities that you don't know anything about until you actually get to know that person is really important to just starting out any social justice topic.
It's important to know you cannot assume about another person what they need or what they're interested in or what their identity is. You have to have a conversation before you make it. You can't make a decision without input from another person. If it affects their well-being, their identity, their own idea of what social justice is, you do have to have a conversation.